The Lost Treasured Hut. In the heart of eastern Nigeria, a group of friends embarks on an extraordinary adventure that intertwines their destinies with the rich history of their community. When they stumble upon an ancient map leading to a long-lost ancestral hut, they uncover not just a treasure but the very essence of their heritage. This tale of friendship, teamwork, and resilience unfolds against the backdrop of a village grappling with loss and the hope of renewal. As they navigate the challenges of the journey, they learn that unity is their greatest strength, echoing the wisdom of an ancient African proverb: one finger cannot remove lice from an African head with hairs. The sun was setting over the lush green hills of Umuahia, casting a golden hue over the village. The air was filled with the sounds of laughter and chatter as the villagers prepared for the evening market. Among them were four inseparable friends: Chijioke, the puzzle solver; Ifeoma, the agile climber; Obinna, the skilled navigator; and Uche, the storyteller. They often gathered under the old mango tree, sharing dreams and aspirations, but today was different. Today, they would discover a secret that would change their lives forever. As they sat beneath the tree, Chijioke pulled out an old, tattered map he had found in his late grandfather's belongings. "Look at this," he exclaimed, his eyes sparkling with excitement. The others leaned in closer, their curiosity piqued. The map depicted a route through the dense virgin forest, leading to a place marked with a symbol they had never seen before: a hut surrounded by ancient trees. "What do you think it is?" Ifeoma asked, her fingers tracing the lines on the map. "I think it leads to the ancestral hut of our forefathers," Obinna replied, his voice filled with awe. "The one where the oldest woman in our community used to go to consult the gods for guidance on crops." Uche's eyes widened. "But that hut has been lost for generations. The hunters who used to carry the old woman there all died from a mysterious illness. No one knows the way anymore." Chijioke nodded solemnly. "We have to find it. Our village is struggling, and we need the wisdom of the gods to know what crops to plant for the next 7 farming seasons. We can't let our community suffer any longer." The friends exchanged determined glances, each feeling the weight of their responsibility. They knew the journey would be perilous, but they also understood that they had unique talents that could help them succeed. "I can solve any puzzle," Chijioke declared confidently. "If there are riddles or challenges along the way, I'll figure them out." "I can climb any tree," Ifeoma added, her spirit unwavering. "If we need to get a better view or reach something high, I handle it." Obinna smiled, "And I can navigate through the forest. I've spent years learning the paths from the elders. We'll find our way." Uche, the storyteller, felt a surge of inspiration. "And I can keep our spirits high with stories and songs. We'll need to stay motivated." With their talents combined, the friends set out on their journey the next morning, armed with the map and a shared sense of purpose. As they entered the forest, the air grew thick with humidity, and the sounds of nature enveloped them. The towering trees loomed above, their branches intertwining like the fingers of ancient giants. After hours of trekking, they reached a clearing where they decided to rest. As they sat on the ground, Uche began to tell a story about the ancestors who once inhabited the land. His voice was soothing, and the others listened intently, feeling a connection to their heritage. Suddenly, Chijioke interrupted, "Look. There's a riddle on the map." He pointed to a series of symbols that seemed to form a puzzle. The friends gathered around, their minds racing to decipher the meaning. "The first symbol looks like a river," Ifeoma observed. "Maybe it means we need to find a river before we can continue." Obinna nodded, "And the second symbol resembles a mountain. Perhaps we need to climb a hill to get to the next part of the map." Chijioke's eyes lit up. "Exactly. Let's find the river first. It should be nearby." With renewed energy, they set off in search of the river. After a walk which took them a space of a market day, they heard the gentle sound of flowing water. They rushed towards it, and soon they stood before a sparkling stream, its waters glistening in the sunlight. "This is beautiful," Ifeoma exclaimed, dipping her fingers into the cool water. As they rested by the riverbank, Uche shared another story, this time about the importance of teamwork. "In our village, we believe that when we work together, we can overcome any challenge. Just like the farmers who plant their crops side by side, we must support one another. The friends nodded, understanding the truth in his words. They were stronger together, and they needed to rely on each other's strengths to succeed. After refreshing themselves, they continued their journey, following the map's clues. They encountered various obstacles, a fallen tree blocking their path, a steep hill that seemed insurmountable, and even a swarm of buzzing insects. Each time, they leaned on one another's talents. Ifeoma climbed the fallen tree to scout the path ahead, Chijioke solved puzzles that revealed hidden trails, and Obina navigated them through the thick underbrush. As night fell, they decided to set up camp. They gathered around a small fire this time, the flickering flames casting shadows on their faces. Uche began to sing a traditional song, and soon the others joined in, their voices harmonizing in the stillness of the night. "Tomorrow, we will find the hut," Obina said, his voice filled with determination. "We are so close." But as they settled down to sleep, a sense of unease crept over them. They had heard tales of spirits that guarded the forest, and the thought of encountering them filled their hearts with trepidation. The next morning, they awoke to a thick fog enveloping the forest. Visibility was low, but they pressed on, relying on Obina's navigation skills. As they walked, they stumbled upon a series of ancient carvings on the trees, depicting scenes of their ancestors consulting the gods. "Look at this!" Chijioke exclaimed, examining the carvings closely. "They tell the story of the hut and its significance to our people." Ifeoma traced her fingers over the carvings, feeling a deep connection to her ancestors. "We must be close," she whispered, her heart racing with anticipation. After hours to days of walking, they finally reached a clearing where the trees parted to reveal a magnificent sight. The ancestral hut stood before them, adorned with intricate carvings and surrounded by vibrant flowers. It was as if time had stood still, preserving the essence of their heritage. Tears filled Uche's eyes as he took in the beauty of the hut. "We found it," he said, his voice trembling with emotion. "We've brought hope back to our village." As they approached the hut, they felt a surge of energy, as if the spirits of their ancestors were welcoming them home. They entered the hut, and inside, they found an altar adorned with offerings and sacred items. Chijioke examined the altar closely and discovered a scroll that contained the names of crops to be planted for the next 7 seasons. "This is it," he shouted, holding the scroll high. "We have the knowledge we need." The friends embraced, their hearts swelling with joy. They had not only found the hut but had also uncovered the wisdom that would save their community. As they made their way back home, they reflected on their journey. They had faced challenges, but through teamwork and determination, they had succeeded. When they returned to Umuahia, the villagers gathered around them, eager to hear their story. Uche stepped forward, his voice strong and clear. "We found the ancestral hut and the wisdom of our ancestors. Together, we can bring hope and prosperity back to our village." The villagers erupted in cheers, their spirits lifted by the news. The friends shared the scroll with the elders, who marveled at the knowledge it contained. In the following weeks, the village flourished as they planted the crops guided by the wisdom of the gods. The bond between the friends grew stronger, and they became known as the guardians of their community's heritage. As they sat under the old mango tree once more, they reflected on their journey. "We did this together," Ifeoma said, her eyes shining with pride. "We are stronger as a team." Chijioke smiled, "And we've learned that our talents are not just for ourselves but for the good of our community." Obina nodded in agreement. "We must always remember the importance of working together." Uche looked at his friends, his heart full. "This is just the beginning. We will continue to honor our ancestors and support one another." And so, the friends vowed to carry the lessons of their journey forward, ensuring that the spirit of teamwork and unity would thrive in their village for generations to come. In the heart of eastern Nigeria, the lost treasured hut became a symbol of hope, reminding everyone that together, they could overcome any challenge, just as the ancient proverb said, "One finger